SIUE, this is 204 News Break.
Hello, and welcome to 204 News Break. I'm Thomas Drake.
And I'm Jasmine Stamp. We'll have news from around the world and here on the campus of Southern Illinois University Evansville in just a minute.
But first, let's check in with Jasmine in the Weather Center for a quick weather update.
Low pressure is moving into the St. Louis area, and when this combines with moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, they can mean only one thing for us. Rain is on the way. More weather news coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks. Our top story tonight, a warning from the State Department for Americans around the world. Officials say U.S. citizens need to be careful as tensions surrounding the war in Iran continue to increase. Officials say Americans could be targeted as the conflict intensifies. President Trump has issued an ultimatum to Iran to open up key oil shipping routes in the Persian Gulf. The war is raising concerns about global security, oil prices, and access to energy supplies.
Meanwhile, Russia has launched one of its biggest drone attacks in cities across Ukraine. Nearly 1,000 drones were used targeting civilian areas and vital infrastructure. Ukrainian military officials reported damage to energy facilities and expressed concerns about power shortages. The war in Ukraine is now entering its fifth year of no end.
For news closer to home, let's go into the field now for a special 204 News report.
If God is real, why do homos always defend Gaza and Muslims? I want to know, why do homos always want to protect the Muslims who would throw them off a cliff? I want to know.
Chris Spojak, also known as Pastor Chris, returned to the campus quad on April 6, 2026. Once again, his preaching of the Christian God created tension amongst students. After being asked to leave by campus police, Spojak lawyers sent a litigation letter to SIUE saying his First Amendment rights were violated. While Spojak was on campus, he held a double-sided sign that read, "Jesus is the truth and Allah is the greatest deceiver." The other side said that Jesus is a living God and Muhammad is a homo pedophile.
There's only one reason why Gazan Muslims are there, and that's because of a pervert homosexual pedophile born in 530 AD who claimed he was sent from God to subjugate and destroy the world and married a little girl.
Not only did he single out Muslims by calling them terrorists, he was speaking against sexuality, describing it as an act against nature. Sovach also said people were unnatural and destroying the world by spreading diseases.
This person can come onto campus and talk and promote hate speech, calling people homos and all these other different slurs. And I just think it's a very vicious double standard, especially whenever it's attacking a majority of the students here. It's crazy to me.
However, SIUE cannot kick him off campus because the First Amendment protects his freedom to assemble, religion, and speech. SIUE police eventually asked Spojak to leave after he quoted the Bible, saying it would be better to have a millstone wrapped around your neck and tossed into the sea than cause a child to sin. SIUE Police Lieutenant Adam Severett told Slovak this was incitement of violence. On April 17th, law firm Mock & Boyer sent SIUE a pre-litigation letter. If SIUE didn't meet Pastor Chris's demands, which included $30,000 in damages and attorney fees, First Amendment training and policy reform for the police, and a written reprimand for Lieutenant Severett, he will take legal action. On April 7th, SIUE put up signs around the quad detailing the First Amendment rights. Scan the QR code to learn more about what the First Amendment right entails. I'm Jasmine Stamp reporting for Alesta Live.
If you are traveling this weekend, be ready for a long wait at the airport. The Transportation Safety Administration says the wait for airline passengers has reached an all-time high. The partial government shutdown is causing the delay as it drags on with airport security workers going without a paycheck for weeks now. In the meantime, Congress is on a 2-week recess, which means no end to the shutdown is likely soon.
Closer to home, SIUE Chancellor James Minor publicly criticized the school newspaper this week, accusing the Lestal of inaccurate reporting. Minor was not specific, but said in a letter to university leadership that he is disappointed by what he calls the newspaper's predictably poor, inaccurate, and incomplete reporting. An editorial in the Lestal calls Minor's accusations baseless. It says the newspaper stands by its reporting. Still ahead, a look at the weather.
The long-range forecast might surprise you when 204 News Break comes back. Welcome back. After a warm fall in the Midwest, weather forecasters say we might have more of the same this winter.
To find out, let's go back to the Weather Center where Jasmine has the details.
Looks like we need to get ready for an unusual winter, and by that I mean unusually warm and rainy. Experts at the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration anticipate a less severe winter with reduced snowfall and increased rainfall in most of the U.S. They say the impact of El Nino as well as the effects of climate change are contributing to this altered winter outlook. So warmer weather is on the horizon. Back to you.
Thanks, Jasmine. The Illinois Attorney General has accused an Evansville Thai food restaurant owner of tax evasion. 54-year-old Sharan Perhapt faces charges of filing false tax returns and avoid paying more than $100,000 in sales taxes. Perhapt, who owns the popular Thai restaurant, was indicted on 2 counts of theft of government property, in addition to 35 counts of filing false tax returns.
Golfer Tiger Woods is also facing charges this week after a rollover crash near his Florida home. Police says Woods was attempting to pass a truck in a narrow road when his vehicle flipped. Woods and a passenger in his car were not hurt, but he was arrested on charges of drunk driving and refusing to submit to a blood test. Woods had been arrested previously in 2014 for driving under the influence of prescription drugs.
Finally, our thoughts go out tonight to the SIE music professor Manny Watts, who is recovering from a lightning strike on campus yesterday. When asked about his shocking experience, he responded, quote, "It really transformed my life. I'm a much better person now." Manny told reporters he plans to take charge of his life and shed light on the dangers of playing the trombone in a thunderstorm. Watts' student says he's not only a great musician, but an excellent conductor as well.
Well, that's it for 204 News Break.
I hope your world is a better, less shocking, and safer place. We'll see you again tonight at 10.
Good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.